What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Eclectic Beard Reactions. This go around, we got John Noakes climbing Nelson's column. Now, this is something I've been requested, I don't know how many times in the Fred Dibna videos. So, yeah, I'm guessing from what I understand of the comments, John Noakes was a reporter and climbed right up this thing, basically, or something of that nature. I don't know. I haven't, I don't research a whole lot until after videos. So, yeah, before we go any further, though, like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's go ahead and get into it.
My hand up. Oh, just about, I think. Oh, I'm a bit stiff, I think.
Here we go.
It's a long way, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
How high is it?
Oh, it's about 180 feet, I think.
Is it? How are the ladders fixed on? Very firmly?
They're roped quite firmly around the actual column itself.
Yeah.
And they're very secure, like, you know.
Well, you're going up first, are you?
Yeah, I'll be going.
Wait, so how are they put on here? Oh, they're just roped up very firmly. I tell you what, these days you couldn't pay reporters to do this kind of stuff. Like, you barely take and pay, people that are supposed to do this kind of stuff to do it. Like, not without harnesses and all that. And I understand it's before, health and safety standards went way up for the workforce. So, but yeah, so, and also, real quick, if you hear anything in the background, or if there's any jump cuts this go around, it's going to be because my daughters are home today. And there might be a little bit of noise. I've tried quieting down as much as possible because I like doing clean, quiet reactions, but yeah. All right, anyways.
Turn up first.
Well, if you go first now, I'll follow.
Okay. Then.
I've climbed up Nelson's column once before, nearly 10 years ago, but that ascent was easy. The column was surrounded by scaffolding, and it was a fairly gentle climb from one stage to the next. This was going to be a lot harder. Once I'd reached the base of the actual column, there was only one way up, vertically.
That first bit of the ladder doesn't half wobble.
I'll say this. That one that he just grabbed onto looks like it, like he grabbed a hold of it. Looks like it, his body moved, his hands moved it a little bit, or tried to. There was no wobble in that. So that's definitely firmly on there.
Oh, gummy's only held on with a rope. Against the lightning conductor. You didn't tell me that before I set off. I think I'll have a little rest at this point.
You have to take a rest every so often when climbing a ladder this long. Otherwise your muscles weaken and you could easily lose your grip and fall. Our cameraman Terry was waiting at the top, and he really did have a bird's eye view of me reaching the worst part of the climb. At this level, the plinth on which Nelson stands overhangs the column. I found myself literally hanging from the ladder with...
No. Not with it just whoop like that with, like, partial ladder pieces so you can, no. Like, that's... Like, I understand. You do what you have to do. I completely get that. I've worked jobs, and you do what you have to do. But that's so high up that you fall and splat. Like, splat. Like, that's it. That's the end of it. They're going to be scraping you off the ground, and they're going to be, probably not going to be open casket at that point, if I had to venture a guess. Because everybody likes to eat pancakes, and I go to their funerals.
With nothing at all beneath me.
You told me there was overhang, but you didn't tell me it leant to one side.
No, that was the awkward part.
It's a long way up, really, isn't it? Right. You're going to tie me on? Are you going to tie me on just to make me feel safe?
Yeah, I'll tie you on.
Right.
Just move around here.
Just to make me feel safe. He knows
I've
better.
got a quick tie.
You've really finished up here, haven't you?
Yeah, but we've still got some more work to do down below in the bosun's chairs.
How do you, oh, you just lower yourselves over?
Yeah, you just sit in the bosun's chair and you lower yourself over.
How do you actually clean it? Do you have to scrape it all off?
Yeah, we scrape it off with trowels, transfer it into the buckets, and then down to the bottom.
All the way?
Yeah.
How can we see?
There's plenty
big
to see up
bend.
here, yeah.
It's a heck of a view, though.
Yeah, there's a post office tower,
Oh, yeah.
and you've got Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. And St Paul's over
Yeah,
that
it's
side.
supported over that way, yeah.
He's got the penthouse suite, hasn't he, this fella?
This fella has, yeah. He's doing all right.
Right then.
Just step into that. Okay. Get your other foot in. Right. And just get comfortable first. Before you go anywhere, just get comfortable.
Yeah. Now, which rope
Now-
am I?
Now this is the knot that you lower yourself with. This one here.
Yeah.
All right. If you just put your right hand on that knot, okay,
Yeah.
and just that's it. You're all right there.
Yeah.
Now, if you just stand up a second, that's it, and sort of push down and push your weight down on it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Now slide the knot down a bit. That's it. Now push down a bit more. Now, when you get down to where you want to go to, right, just pull this knot and tighten it a bit, okay?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're lowering, you just slacken it off a touch like
Slacken
that.
it off.
Don't slacken it off too much, okay?
Yeah.
And just slide down. Just inch your way down.
So they got him in the bosun's chair. That's major props to the reporter for that, because that's something that even, unless you do that kind of work and you work with stuff, there's no way in the world you're going to get most people into a bosun's chair. As you see, it's just a piece of wood that you're sitting on that's supported by the ropes, and he's lowered himself with the slip knot and everything like that. Like there's a special knot that you tie. It's a slip knot. Put that in, and you slide it up, move yourself down. Basically, you move at your own pace. My God, dude, like that's for a reporter to actually go that in depth. I'm guessing this was for a news program of some sort, and for him to go that in depth with what he's doing to actually get the bosun's chair and everything of that nature, like that's major props on that one, because you can't get most people to do stuff like that. It's just most people their butthole's going to be clenched. I mean, you'd be able to take and squeeze boogers out of George Washington's nose on the American quarter. I'm just saying that's what most people's reaction would be, and rightfully so, because it's a very open feeling on one of those things. Like it's like very unprotected. You feel very vulnerable. On it. So,
6 inches at a time. Now just look over the edge there and see those steps.
6
there.
inches at a time. That's what she said.
Kneel down on the base there.
If I kneel down, I'll start praying, I think.
Get your other knee down there as well.
There's a bit of a technique.
One at a time,
I suppose.
butthead. One
Yeah,
at a
once
time.
you've mastered it, you're all right, you know. I'll help you down anyway.
Get my other foot
That's it.
down.
If you look over the edge, you can see all the footholds. Just
I'd rather not look over.
I'm not looking over the edge.
move down a couple more feet. That's it. Get
What? No, thank you. No. See, there's certain lines of work this old fella ain't cut out for. That'd be one of them.
your hands underneath there. Why don't you scrape your hands on there too much?
I'll get my foot on that piece
That's
of...
it. Once you've got a decent foothold, you can let yourself down a bit more then.
Yeah.
Keep going down a bit more. You want to get quite a bit lower, really.
You want to get quite a bit lower. I'm sure he's thinking, no, I don't. Not at all.
Get your knot just below that piece there. You're doing well.
Right.
Now tighten your knot up really well now. Go on. Pull up the slack. Tighten it really well.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. You coming down to join me?
Yes, I'm coming right down there now. Okay? Do you
Yeah.
feel all right?
Yeah, feels fine.
Good.
I just don't want to lean back. It feels fine. I just don't
John,
want to
I'm
lean
coming
back.
I'm glad about that. He's getting a bit lonely down here.
It's not very easy, is it? But
No.
when you've done it a few times, it doesn't come so hard.
You still get a bit sort of nervous yourself at times?
Lots of times, yeah.
And see, that's what a lot of folks don't understand. Doesn't matter how often you do a job, like the dangers involved, especially with something like that. You're gonna be put in situations doing a job where you're gonna get nervous, and I think that's one of the things that you have to have is that healthy, respectable fear of what you're doing and the danger that's involved, even regardless of what safety stuff you have attached to you. In the bosun's chair, that's the way they're able to take and actually lower themselves. They're able to take and do something to take and clean, or I'm sure take stuff off, or even do whatever repairs or painting that's necessary on whatever job that he's doing. And the fact that you can tell he's an old hand at it, you can just as smoothly as he come down. I mean, he come down smooth as butter compared to the reporter. For him to go, yeah, I still get nervous. I mean, that's something that it doesn't matter what you're in, what you're doing. You've got to have that healthy respect. Otherwise, that's when you start getting careless and mistakes and tragedies happen.
Now, all this pigeon dropping that's around, would that have been cleaned the last time I was up on the scaffolding?
Yeah, 1968, yeah.
I can't remember why I came up. I've forgotten why I came up today.
Thank you. Radio. And what we do, we usually tie this to our seat.
Yeah.
And just trowel it and put it in.
I'll tell you what, there's only one bucket and only one trowel, so I'll just swing around to watch you work.
Okay,
and see how the experts do it.
Radio.
So I've got my work cut out, hanging on to this, I think.
Oh my
Thanks
God!
for stuff, John.
Yeah.
How about having that for breakfast? Filthy animals.
It's definitely a very funny feeling, is that, isn't it?
It is a funny feeling,
Oh.
yeah. Not very nice when it rains either, is it?
No.
That's it.
Oh,
How are you?
fine.
Good.
How are
It's
you?
experience
Scared
of
to
a
death.
lifetime,
Thank
actually.
God I'm back up here.
We do it every day of the week.
Oh, I'm glad to say I only do it once every 9 years.
We do it every week. Thank God I only do it once every 9 years. Oh, you can tell the sense of relief in that little thing right there, because you tell he's uncomfortable as all heck, and like I said, rightfully so. That's something that even professionals. He even said he still gets nervous doing that, and you can tell he's an old hand. So major props on that. Like major props on that reporter. That's not something you would see them do today. It's just that kind of reporting isn't done, in my opinion. Like, not that I've seen, because you'd see somebody on the man lift like, oh, what's up? I mean, that's, of course, most jobs you take and have that. They'd be on the man lift. And, of course, something like that would be done by the city these days, or the county, or state, or whatever. So, of course, they could pull out their equipment. You don't see a lot of that no more. You really don't. It's just, man, major props on that reporter.
Before I go down, I had to go right to the very top.
Why not?
I'll never do it again.
Can't have another look at him.
Mind you, I did say that last time I was up here.
Wonder what the view is from way up there. I'm sure that view is probably even just a little bit better. You're only going to have the tallest of buildings to have a better view.
My gum. Yeah, it's a bit dirty. Never mind. I don't suppose anybody will see that.
All right, there we have it. John Noakes climbing Nelson's column. Like, that's major props to that dude, man, because that's not something that you're going to see very often, is a reporter going that in depth. Like I said, they might take it to a story on the cleaning of something like that these days, but 9 times out of 10 they're going to be in the man lift. shouting from a distance, "Hey!" That'll be, they're close in that basket while the guys in the bosun's chair. It's just, it doesn't, that kind of reporting isn't done too often anymore. It's just he was willing to go above and beyond for his job, like literally, just by taking and going up there and doing that. Like that's today that would definitely be above and beyond. The only people you see do stuff like that these days is TV personalities who, you know, Bear Grylls and stuff like that. But even him, he got caught for taking and going to hotels and stuff like that in the middle of shootings and stuff. So I mean, but that's the only people you see willing to do that kind of stuff these days. To maybe Mike Rowe or Guy Martin, like they'd be the cats to do that kind of stuff. You just don't see it. Too many people, even with whatever safety stuff, it'd be a lot safer these days. But I can't see any of them doing, other than maybe Mike Rowe and maybe Guy Martin. Those are about the only two I could see actually getting in the bosun's chair and doing that at that height, just from the danger standpoint. So that being said, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.